Hi everyone, welcome back to the Code Step by Step channel. My name is Anil Sidhu, and in this tutorial series we'll talk about view in Laravel. So first of all we'll discuss what is view, then we'll see how we can make view. So in Laravel there are two ways to create a view. First one, you can use command line interface. Secondly, you can create them manually also. Then we'll see how we can call these views from routes as well as from controller. We'll also see how we can call and create nested view, how we can pass data in view from controller and router. Then we'll see how we can check if a view is exist or not, and from where you should call your views, because we can call these views from route as well as from controller. So what is the exactly correct way, that we'll also discuss. And at last we'll discuss some important interview questions related to view in Laravel. So now let's talk about first question, what is view. So see, view is basically a part of MVC architecture. There V means view, and in view basically we show the UI part of our application. So when user try to access a Laravel application or any MVC architecture application, so first request go to the controller, and accordingly the requirement of that controller, it either go to the database and get the response back, or either that request directly go to the view and that will display the UI or display the data over the UI to the user. So view basically used to display the data over the UI. So in Laravel, we have two ways to create the view. First one, we can use the terminal. Second one, we can create the view manually. So first of all, let's see how we can create the views with the help of terminal. So just run there PHP Artisan make then view and your view name. So let's say I want to create a view with the name of login, and you can hit the enter. So when we will hit the enter, it will create one more file under the resources directory, then view folder, and login.play.php file is there. And similarly, if you want, you can create a view manually also. How you can do that? Click on the view folder, then create new file, and let's say my another view name is signup.blade.php, and now our both view are ready. So one is created with the help of terminal, and another one is created directly. First I'm creating the h1 tag, then header, and there I'm putting title, login page. Then let's make a body tag, and inside this I'm creating one h1 tag. Let's put their login page text, and similarly you can put the this code to the signup.blade.php also. Then you can replace your login with the signup page in the title and h1 tag. All right, so our both view are ready. How we can call them now? So you can call them from route as well as from the controller also. How we can call them from route? So for that you have to go to the web.php file, and where this exists, collapse all the folder. Then you have to go to the routes, and inside that you have a web.php file. There you can create the new views. So as I mentioned, few routes is already created there. So few routes are already created there. We created in last part when we are learning about the controller. So to create one more route, you can write their route, which is basically a class, and use their view. And in a first parameter you can mention your route name. So let's say I'm putting their login, and in second parameter you can put your view name also, which is again login. And now you can try to run it. I'm putting their localhost 800, then login, and here you can see that we get this login page. Similarly, you can access the sign up page also, sign up, and then you can call again it sign up. You can try to call it in another tab. So let me put there sign up, and this is also working fine. This is not mandatory to keep route name and view name same. Even if you want, you can change it also. Let me put their register, and if you will just write their register, it will still perfectly work fine. So if you want to keep the one view in the two route, this is still fine. So one we are keeping the register, and another one I am keeping their sign up. So this will work with the register as well as with the sign up also. All right, so now the next thing is how we can pass data from route to the view. So for that, let's create one variable there, type, and I'm putting there let's say user type. So who is accessing application, a student, user, admin, author, who. So I'm putting there, let's say admin for now. Now I want to pass this data to the view. How we can do that? So let's try it with the login view. So in the third parameter, what you can do, you can create array, and inside this keep a key. So let's say key name is also type, and there you can mention dollar type as its value. So now it will still works fine. There is no issue at all. You can see that. But how we can get this name and how we can display it? For that, use double curly braces and just simply put there dollar type, and you can see that we get this admin login page. And you can change this name also. Let's say just keep it normal user login page. Perfect. Now what I want to do there, I want to pass this data from route to the view, right? Because so I just want to mention there login user login admin or something. How I can do that? So I don't want to remove this code, so that's why I'm just commenting it out. And there what we can do, just create a route, and now you have to use their get method, because if you want to get the data from URL, so you can use only callback with the get route. So there you can use the login, which is the route, and then use slash curly braces, and it should be inside the quotes only. And then part you can pass the any name there, let's say the type, because we are checking their user type, right? And then in comma, and use there a callback function. You must need to add comma at the last also, and then simply return there a view, and inside the view you can pass the view name, which is login. And in the second parameter, same, even you can copy it from there and paste it here like this. It should work fine. But one thing which is very important, you have to pass this variable name from this callback function also. Now let's try. You can see that user login page, test login page, or let's say maybe admin login page, anything you can mention there, right? So this is the way that how we can call a view from route file, how we can call it from controller, and how we can pass data from there also. So we already have a view, you can see that, which is let me open the app, http, then user controller. But I want to create the another controller also there, and it will be good for our practice also. PHP Artisan make controller name. So let me create any controller name, let's say auth controller, right? We can hit enter, and now we have the another controller also there. So what I'll do there, first of all we have to import it inside the web.php. So to make it very quick, just copy and paste this with the author, and then change their auth controller. Fine. Now let's define any route. So I'm just commenting out these all routes which we created in this part. So what I'll do there, I'll create a route method, and name can be, let's say, login. And then we have to use their array, how we called the controller in last part. So just simply use their auth controller colon class comma, we have to pass the function name in the second element of the array. So let's say the function name is also login, and at last don't forget to put the semicolon also. Now in the auth controller, let's create a function login. We can return there login function of auth controller. And now let's try to run this. Here you can see that we get this data. So this is how we can call the controller that we already seen in the last part. But how we can call the view from there? Let me comment it out. Return and put the view function, and view name I want to call the login. Now if I try to call the login, it will not work because we have this type variables also. But let me show you once. Here you can see that undefined variable type. So if I remove it, then it should work. Login page, perfectly working fine, right? So this is how we can call view from the controller. But now let's say I just want to print this type also. So let's take a variable there, dollar type, and mention there, let's say author. And how we can pass it? Again, you have to use their array. Type is a key, and now pass the data, which is again in the type variable. Okay, we have to put there semicolon. Now still we can say that this is perfectly working fine. Author we pass there. If I just pass their admin, it should again work fine, right? Now so let's say if we pass something from the URL, let's say admin or something, how we can get this data in the controller and pass to the view. So again, go to the web.php, put the slash, then we have to pass their type in the curly braces. That means this is the dynamic route, and here you can simply put their $type, and you don't need to define it in this variable in the function. This will come from the parameter, and you will see we have the admin, and if I just pass even 1 2 3 4, this is also working fine. I can pass their student, anything, perfectly working fine. So now we pass the data from URL to the route, and route to the controller, and controller to the view. So complete, our flow is also completed. Now the next thing is how we can create a nested view. Nested view means how we can create a view which is inside a folder. So that, let's try, we have already a folder user, and if I just run there php artisan make view, and view name is, let's say, user login, because this is inside the user folder. I want to create a view specifically for the user login, and if I enter, it will create this view outside to the user. So if you want to create inside the user, what you need to do, you have to put the folder name dot, then your view name. I'm entering it. Here you can see that we got this. And how we can call it now, so I don't need this terminal now, so I'm removing it, and let me create h1 tag, page for user login only, right? How I can call it from controller, very simple. I don't need this return, so what I'll do there, return view, and inside this you can pass the folder name dot file name, which is user login, right? At last semicolon is must. Then if I'll again try to log in, and then student or something, page only for view. This is how you can call it, right? And similarly you can pass data also, how we are passing there. Now the last thing is from where we need to call the view. See, if you have only static data inside your view, then you can call them directly from the web.php file, means from route only. But if your UI or your view page need to show some data from some logic or from database, then it must come from the controller only, right? Thank you so much for watching this part. If you have any question, any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks guys.